color theory. Color theory is actually super trippy and really cool when you know something about it, all right? So let's start with naming this thing. This is called a color wheel. Understanding the color wheel and the relationships between the colors is really going to help you be able to mix paint or even colored pencils. It's also going to help you when you're trying to figure out what mood you want in a piece of art. Do you want a somber mood? Do you want energy? Do you want dynamic? All of those things are determined in part by which colors you choose. So let's start by talking about relationships between the colors on the color wheel. A complementary color scheme are two colors that are across from each other on the color wheel. There are three sets of complementary colors, three pairs: orange and blue, red and green, and purple and yellow, okay? Because complementary colors are as far away from each other as they possibly can be on the color wheel, they're opposite. That means that there's more contrast between those two colors than any other colors, okay? So when you put two colors next to each other in a work of art that have that much contrast, it's gonna vibrate, okay? There's gonna be so much dynamic energy between those two colors. Another color scheme to know about is called analogous. Analogous colors are three colors that are right next to each other on the color wheel. And if you put those three colors together, it's gonna feel very harmonious. For example, orange, yellow-orange, and yellow. All right, those three colors go really nicely together and look very harmonious together. Let's talk tints, tones, and shades for just a minute. This ring here is called the hue. Hue is really just a fancy word for the true color without the addition of black or white, okay? So this hue is red. The ring on the inside, notice it's lighter. That's called the tint. A tint is when you add white to the hue, okay? This color here, notice it's darker. This is the hue plus black, the shade, okay? So we've got shade, hue, and tint. If you wanted to add gray, that would be called a tone, okay? The tone is the hue plus gray. The reason you might add gray is to make the color more neutral, all right? It's gonna tone it down, okay? Now I wanna go ahead and show you what happens when you mix colors together. That's where you're really gonna start to understand the relationship between the colors. Let's take a look. All right, now we're gonna get into some paint. This is the fun part. So I'm gonna get red, blue, and yellow. These are our primary colors. And primary colors are pretty cool because you can't mix any other two colors together to make a primary color. All right, but you can mix primary colors together to make secondary colors. So a primary color plus a primary color equals a secondary color. Red plus yellow equals orange. And now I'm going to mix together red and blue. They're going to give us violet. Violet is another name for purple. All right, and the last one that we're going to mix together is green. Blue and yellow mixed together is going to give us green. So our three secondary colors are orange, violet, and green. And now, if we mix together a secondary color with a primary color, it gives us a tertiary color. So again, a primary color plus a secondary color equals a tertiary color. So the tertiary colors are yellow-green, yellow-orange. Okay, I'm going to mix together red and orange to give us red-orange. I'm going to mix together red and violet to give us red-violet. I'm going to mix together blue and violet to give us blue-violet. lastly, my personal favorite, gonna mix together blue and green to give us blue-green. So again, those are our tertiary colors. Now I want to show you what's going to happen when we mix together complements, okay? So red and green, if you remember, those are complementary colors. If we put them in the middle here together, mix them together, you should know when you mix together complementary colors, it's going to give you brown, okay? You gotta know what's going to happen when you mix your colors together. That's why it's so important to understand the relationships between the colors, okay? So go ahead and, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and check me out on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.